I've read your questions, I've read your comments. It's finally here. How to answer hard behavioral questions during a Scrum Master interview. If you haven't watched the previous installments, watch this playlist right here. This video will be from the point of view of an interviewer, so that you, the interviewee, can get into our minds. Question number 1. How do you increase the productivity metric called velocity to its maximum as a Scrum Master? There's a lot to unpack here. I would first start by correcting a mistake. Not really a mistake, but an incorrect assumption that the interviewer took. The productivity metric called velocity. I don't like that. Velocity is not a productivity metric. We don't use velocity to measure the productivity of a team or individuals in the team. Worse. Velocity is all about predicting the future, showing a trend, getting the average velocity so that we know or have an idea of how much points, how fast we can go in future sprints. That's how we use velocity. I would then define velocity. Maybe the interviewer didn't understand how velocity works. Velocity is basically how much work we get done. Very important. Not partially done, done in a sprint. Then I would go into why the Scrum Master is not responsible concerning increasing velocity. Now, the Scrum Master is not responsible of delivery of a team. The Scrum Master is not responsible to constantly increase the velocity of a team. No, the team is responsible for increasing its velocity. Gradually also, I would say they are more responsible to stabilize the velocity. But you want to talk about increase? Yeah, okay, fair enough. The team is responsible to increase their velocity. Do everything they can to increase their velocity. Get more things done in the sprint. And the Scrum Master is here to ensure that they can do that. That nothing is preventing them from doing that. So the Scrum Master is not responsible to increase velocity of a team. The team is responsible, and the Scrum Master is responsible to ensure that the team can fulfill their responsibility. Get things done. I see that in many organizations believing that the Scrum Master or the Agile coach responsible to increase the velocity of a team, or to put it simply, responsible of delivery. How fast are we delivering? Are we delivering on time? That's the responsibility of a Scrum Master. Wrong. Wrong. When you give this responsibility to the Scrum Master, you prevent the Scrum Master from doing their job. The Scrum Master will start questioning estimations, questioning the planning, questioning what people are doing every single day, micromanaging people. That's not self-management. The Scrum Master is here to preach, promote self-management, and they can't do that if they need to constantly pressuring people so that they meet their target, so that the Scrum Master meets his or her target. It's not right. You have a delivery manager here, not a Scrum Master. Another thing that was mentioned also is maximum velocity. Management love that. Efficiency. We want to ensure that the team reaches its maximum velocity. Always increasing to its maximum. Yeah. If the maximum velocity is a stable velocity, where the team can go indefinitely at this pace, that's perfectly fine. But if the maximum velocity is always increasing by 10 points every single sprint, the team has to increase by 10 points. They are getting their bonus based on this metric. That's not right. Velocity is used to predict future sprints. Predict how much work we can get done in future sprints, not a productivity metric. So don't use it as a productivity metric. And when you start putting these kinds of metrics, let's say you start putting these kinds of metrics on the team, show me the incentive and I'll show you the result. If you tell them to increase the velocity every single sprint, they will increase the velocity every single sprint. But at what cost? You'll see value start decreasing. But most organizations don't even talk about value. So let's park value. Something that clearly all organizations will see greatly increasing when velocity is increasing. The team is going faster. Fake faster. Is bugs? Refactoring. Quality decreases simply because the team is going faster. They need to find ways to get more things done. So they neglect something, and this something is usually quality. So always find the balance between quality, value, and how fast are we delivering. And the most important thing here is value, and then quality, and then how fast we are delivering. But management, no, for them it's how fast we are delivering, then quality, then value, if we have time to do it. A Scrum team member doesn't want to participate in the sprint planning event of the team, considers that it's a waste of time. How do you deal with this attitude as a Scrum Master? Very common issue. Very common question. And the answer can literally be applied to any kind of events, activities, meetings that the team needs to attend. So if a member of a Scrum team doesn't want to partake in the sprint planning, focus on the behavior, not the individual. We don't care about the individual. No, we care about the individual, but in this scenario, we don't really care about the individual. We care about the behavior of this person. Why this person doesn't want to partake in the sprint planning. For us, it's obvious. The sprint planning is extremely useful. Other members of the team, extremely useful. This person doesn't want to partake in this meeting. Waste of time. So one-to-one session with a team member. If you want to know how to run effective one-to-one sessions, watch this video right here. During the one-to-one session, focus on the behavior. Understand this person. Assuming that this person is psychologically safe with you, this person will tell you why. And then next step, you fix the issue. They tell you why they don't want to partake in this meeting. And you resolve with conversation all the issues that this person has. Remember, the sprint planning is extremely important. No one can say that planning is useless. Come on, planning, extremely important. The result of planning, estimation, releases, targets and all that, maybe that's not important. But the discussions that we are having in the planning session, extremely important. So explain to them why the sprint planning is important. Why it's a team effort, a team activity that we are doing together. Why their input is important. Why they are valuable to the team. And counter all their objections. Why they don't want to attend. Why they feel it's a waste of time. Maybe it's a waste of time. Maybe the planning session is a waste of time. Fix it if it's a waste of time. Make it more effective. Make it more efficient. That's a perfect scenario or question to share one of your stories, one of your beautiful stories. I'm sure that you experienced that in the past. Some person didn't want to join an activity, a meeting, an event. How did you deal with this situation? And you build up a story based on everything I just shared. Forget about the person, the behavior of a person. Fix all their objections. Make sure they understand. Make sure you talk about what's in it for them. Make sure you make the meeting efficient and effective, and they will join. Question number 3. You have a product owner in the Scrum team. You are a Scrum Master, and the product owner is constantly assigning work, user stories, tasks to the members of the team. Assigning work during the sprint. How do you deal with that? The role of a Scrum Master, one of the roles of a Scrum Master is coaching, supporting the product owner. A Scrum Master needs to really understand the role of a product owner, and a product owner shouldn't be assigning work during the sprint to the developers. First, they are not an expert at this work. How do they even assign work to people? They don't even know how to do this work. They haven't estimated this work, and they don't know if the person is available or not. So 3 things that they don't know, and they are still assigning work to that person. Doesn't make sense. But that's typical. Micromanaging the team members. Maybe there's an hierarchy issue here. The product owner feels that they are the boss of the team, the manager of the team. When talking to the product owner, I would redirect the conversation on self-organization and self-management. The team needs to decide what to build, how to build it, who builds it, and by when to build it. The whole team decides on these 4 things. But some specific persons have a responsibility here. What to build is a conversation between the team and the product owner. But the final say, well, product owner. How to build it. Technical things. Conversation, again, final say, the developers. By when the person doing the work can estimate the work. The developers. And who builds it? Who knows when I'm idle or not? Me. I decide. A pull system. When I'm free, I can pick up work. So a self-managed team, a self-organized team, they decide. They pick up work, not the product owner assigning work. Again, one-to-one session with a product owner. Understand why. Why this kind of behavior? Why does the product owner feel that they need to assign work to people? Maybe the product owner feels that the team members are not accountable enough, are not self-managed enough, no ownership in the team. There's delays. Don't simply ignore what the product owner is saying. Just don't tell the product owner, you need to stop assigning work. You need to let them. No. What about the problems? I'm assuming here that there's a problem and the product owner is coming up with a solution to fix the problem is assigning work, which is causing another problem. But fix the original problem. You can't just say stop assigning work to the team. If a team member doesn't work without someone assigning work to them, so what happens? The team member won't work. So fix everything. Which brings me to my next point. If you want more tips, insights on Agile, Scrum, personal growth, click on the video that stands out the most on the screen right now, and I'll see you in a few seconds.